Eastern Michigan University's campus news. On today's show, the racist graffiti incident, the recent campus jam, Ypsilanti's best-rated restaurants, a brand new edition of E-Walking, and of course, Dominique Bird is back with Dish with Damo and Eagle Encounters. This is E-Weekly.
Hello everyone, I'm Shannon Smith and I get to be the first to welcome you back to E-Weekly. It's officially autumn, but it still feels like summer. We're 3 weeks into the semester and we still got some catching up to do with the news.
That's right, we've certainly got news for you, and Dominique Bird will also be back with her Dish with Damo segment as well as Eastern Encounters. We're very excited to introduce a couple of new faces later too, so stay tuned. I'm David Pierce Anderson and this is E-Weekly. Start it off for us, Shannon.
The tragic events on September 11, 2001 is a calamity the world will never forget. Eastern Michigan held a service of remembrance on Sunday at EMU's 9/11 Memorial. Over 100 people were in attendance to honor the lives lost and the heroes who risked their lives due to the terrorist attacks. Vice President of Communications Walter Kraft served as the Master of Ceremonies. Student Mika Green sang the national anthem that was followed by a moment of silence. Chaplain Schindel and Pastor Sarah Jackson provided the crowd with encouraging words and prayers. EMU 9/11 Memorial is located behind Pease Auditorium at the corner of East Cross Street and Perrin. The 14-foot steel beam that serves as the memorial is presumed to have been part of the South Tower of the World Trade Center. The beam is pockmarked by molten metal and is displayed at ground level, so those visiting the memorial can actually touch it while reflecting on the events of that important day.
EMU's Latin Student Association gathered outside of Best Hall on September 14th in celebration of Independence Day. Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua, and Costa Rica all celebrate their Day of Independence on September 15th, while Mexico recognizes theirs on September 16th. The LSA hoped to teach students a little more about each of these countries' different customs. We're really just trying to bring light to their different cultures. In ways, we are all very similar, but there's a lot of differences within each culture and with being Latino. One way to express their unique heritage's celebration was through food. Students and local businesses supplied a variety of authentic dishes at the event. Baleadas, frijoles, carnitas, and empanadas were some of the plates offered at the Independence gathering. From what I learned, Independence Day here in the United States is celebrated pretty similarly to how they do it in Central America. Just replace hot dogs and potato salad with empanadas and arroz.
It was the first week of the new semester and tension was already in the air. On September 7th, the Eastern Michigan University Federation of Teachers held a rally outside of Welch Hall over contract negotiations. More than half of Eastern's classes are taught by over 800 EMU-FT lecturers. Lisa Laverty, president of EMU-FT, weighed in on the changes happening on our campus. Laverty believes EMU privatizing dining services and enacting dramatic cuts to benefits for many union employees and families on this campus is draconian, and the increase of tuition for students isn't necessarily about putting education first. Laverty also expressed concerns over part-time lecturers' lack of job security and their low pay. Rally participants and multiple speakers all displayed increasing concern regarding Eastern's contract positions. A tentative 2-year contract is on the table between EMU and EMU-FT, and if approved, the EMU Board of Regents will then make a vote on the agreement. We'll update you as this story develops.
Ordering chicken tenders day in and day out can take its toll, and many students get bored with on-campus dining after a while. Luckily, Ypsilanti is filled with plenty of excellent restaurants. If you're looking for a great burger and a wide variety of Michigan-based beers, check out Sidetrack Bar and Grill in Depot Town. Sidetrack offers a great atmosphere with top-of-the-line food as well. Or if you're trying to spice it up, La Fiesta Mexicana offers an authentic Mexican atmosphere with some of the best Mexican food in Ypsilanti, going strong since 1990. After dinner, Dom Bakeries can fulfill your sweet tooth. Located on Washtenaw Avenue, Dom's is open 24 hours, offering cheap and delicious baked goods any time of the day. Finally, a fan favorite around town, the Tower Inn offers juicy burgers and pizzas you can customize to your liking. With gluten-free and vegan options, Tower Inn has a delicious something for everyone. There are plenty more wonderful restaurants in Ypsilanti that you'll have to discover on your own. Because I need to stop talking about food, I'm getting pretty hungry.
Me too. La Fiesta Mexicana has the best made-to-order guacamole I've ever tasted. Moving on, up next we have E-Walking and Dominique returns with the Dish with Damo. Stay tuned.
This political season has everyone up in arms. From promises of higher minimum wage and lower college tuition, stricter gun laws, and immigration rules. There's a lot of uncertainty in the air, but one thing is for sure. This election will change the course of America forever. Many college students don't know who they're going to vote for or if they will at all. That's why Rock the Vote is such an important event. It's trying to educate students on the various forms of elections that will be taking place this year. But we're focusing on the big one, the main event. Dolores Umbridge versus the Human Orange, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. You know, many students, they're not happy about having to choose from a villain from Harry Potter and the literal devil. That's why they're looking towards third-party candidates Jill Stein and Gary Johnson. But who are they, and what do they stand for? We're here to find out if you really know who you're voting for. What do you think of the event so far, Rock the Vote?
Oh, I think it's great. I mean, it's a lot of fun, free food, you can't turn that down. It's for a great cause. I love to see all these students getting involved with the political climate.
It's pretty fun, it's pretty cool, chill event. Free cookies, so yeah.
It's awesome. There's lots of food and everybody's in a good mood.
The cookies are tasty.
I like the fact that if you haven't registered to vote, you can do that here, and free food, yes.
It's Mayor Amanda Edmonds and Councilwoman Ann Brown.
You know, this is kind of rocking. Let's have one every Friday. Get people registered, have some good music and some good food.
I love it. I came when it started, and I mean, lots of students, lots of fun, and getting people registered.
How beneficial do you think this event is towards the voting process? We'll start over here.
I think this is a very beneficial event because I think more students need to come out and vote. More students need to be active in the political arena and just to know what's going on.
I think it's good because it's informing students about the voting registration process. And I even had a question about doing the absentee ballot, and I got my question answered today. So I know that's an issue for college students for the absentee ballot.
100%. Probably the most valuable thing going on in the country right now is young people becoming more aware of what is going on in the country politically.
It's making people aware of the local representatives as well as the national ones. So that's always important because people always forget about the local election going on because everyone's focused on the main media and just Trump and Hillary.
So how do you think we can vocalize that and get people to understand that this is really important and we need to do this?
I mean, keep doing what y'all doing, you know, throw little events, promote, and, you know, people gonna come along, because like somebody like me, I came along, you know, I'm out here, I'm trying to learn different stuff, so.
We're gonna play a little game now, all right, it's called Who Said It?
Okay.
I'm gonna read you some quotes from the presidential nominees, Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, Jill Stein, and Gary Johnson. Your job is to tell me who said it, all right?
Okay.
All right, pretty simple. Robert Pattinson should not take back Kristen Stewart. She cheated on him like a dog and will do it again. Trust me, he can do much better. Who said it?
Trump.
Was it Gary?
Donald Trump?
Donald Trump, yeah.
Donald Trump. That was we'll start it out with an easy one, right? All right. Every time you pass a law, it is a little bite out of freedom.
I would say that's Gary Johnson, the libertarian.
Yeah, I would say that's Gary Johnson.
Stein.
Clinton.
Hillary.
That was Gary Johnson. It's freezing and snowing in New York. We need global warming.
You said we need global warming?
I didn't, but this presidential candidate did.
I'm gonna guess Trump again.
Gary Johnson?
Stein.
Hillary Clinton.
Trump.
I think that's one of his policies, actually. And that is Gary Johnson. Good, right there. 2 for 2 on that one. You may have heard that I recently launched Snapchat. I love it. I love it. Who said that, Swoop? Hillary Clinton did say that one. She's all hip with the kids now.
Clinton.
Hillary.
Yep. She's trying to get hip with the young
Yeah,
people.
she's trying to get hit with quite a few groups of people.
Trying to whip, trying to Millie Rock, yeah.
Do you relate to her? Is she doing a good job?
She's doing an okay job, but no.
No, she's pandering votes.
Take a wild guess. Jill Stein?
I'll go with Jill Stein.
That was Hillary Clinton. Yeah, she's trying to get down with the young kids and get on this social media.
So I recently downloaded Snapchat, but that's as far as I've gotten.
I love it. Who said it?
Donald Trump. Hillary.
Hillary Clinton said it. We make guinea pigs out of populations, and then we discover how they die. Who said it?
Donald Trump.
Hillary?
Stein. I'm going to go with the Green Party.
Both Jill Stein. That is Jill Stein. Great job, both of you. I don't believe there should be any restrictions when it comes to firearms. None.
Republican, whoever.
I'm going to say Jill.
That was Gary Johnson. Who's going to find out? These women are trash. Nobody's going to believe them.
Trump.
Hillary Clinton.
Hillary?
Nobody's going to believe them. Who said it?
Donald.
You would think, but it's Hillary Clinton.
What? You little traitor.
So we're going to go to the bonus round now. Some trickier ones. We'll see. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Trump.
Trump.
Bill Clinton.
What she said.
Did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Bill Clinton.
Did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton. Last one. It's not truth that matters, but victory.
Is it from this? Is it from this selection? Because I automatically think Bush.
It could be either one.
Donald.
Donald Trump? Bush or Donald Trump? It was actually Adolf Hitler.
That sounds like a Bush quote, but I'm probably wrong.
Have you heard of Adolf Hitler?
Jill Stein.
That was not Jill Stein.
Barack Obama.
I'm clueless.
Pass.
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln, wow. Honest Abe doesn't care about honesty. He just wants to win.
Is it Reagan? Reagan.
That was Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
You guys did great. Thanks for coming. Thanks for letting me interview you. Enjoy the rest of the night.
Thank you. Thank you.
With students finding their new school year rhythm, the internet is not only a place to unwind and relax, but also a very useful tool for their education. Here are some tips on websites that can help students out from registering for classes or even ordering school supplies. Many students look towards Rate My Professor when signing up for classes. This site can give information on almost any professor simply by typing in their name. Find out how strict they are, how monotone their voice is, or even how often they use that $200 book. Let's say your difficult professor assigns yet another paper and you still don't understand what they mean by MLA format. Luckily, Purdue OWL outlines various formats for writing these papers, as well as gives citation and grammar help. But if you're in a pinch and you're looking or missing out on dorm or school supplies, Amazon Prime Student has your back. They offer a free 6-month trial that offers free 2-day shipping. All you need is your email ending in .edu. So give Pokemon Go a break and check out some of these useful websites.
Campus Jam made its way back to Welcome Week this year, hosted by Campus Life with help from Housing and Residence Life. Campus Jam is a way to connect students and faculty in a carnival setting. It also allows students to meet other on-campus organizations and help new students get acquainted with everything Eastern has to offer. The event included free food, free games, and live music conveniently located outside of the Student Center. If you missed it this year, make sure to keep an eye out for it next fall. Here at eWeekly, we like to give you a lot of notice when there's a chance for free food. Still to come, we have a couple of rookies to introduce to you. Anna Moga and Sarah Potoracki will join us with the latest sports with our sprint edition of Eagle Sports Update. But first, we have the Dish with Damo, starring the marvelous Dominique Bird. Good to see you, Dominique.
Thanks, Dave. And hello, everyone. I sure missed all of you and hope you enjoyed your summer. But welcome back to the Dish with Damo. Today's special is full of flavor and packs quite a punch. Did you know that September houses the International Day of Peace on September 21st? However, peace isn't quite what I'm here to talk to you about today. I know we all have seen the green sign in Depot Town explaining a bit of history that happened here in Ypsilanti. But if you take a closer look, this sign details the role Ypsilanti played in the Civil War. Our little town once saw quite a bit of action in its day. More than 4,000 men who served in the war were from Washtenaw County alone, more than 30 of which were students from the then-named Michigan Normal College. When the Civil War began in 1861, the commercial site named as the Norris Block was in the perfect position to house the troops because it was directly across from the railroad station. It was perfect for short-term lodging of enlistees while they waited to be sent off to battle. Soon the building earned the name the Barracks by the locals. The Ypsilanti Light Guard, a local militia later to be named Company H, stayed here in 1861. Then they joined with the rest of the Michigan 1st Infantry in Detroit. Arriving in Washington, D.C. on May 16th, recruits from the 14th Infantry, stayed here for 6 months in September of 1861 to February 1862 and saw action in the siege of Corinth, Mississippi. In December of 1863, we were even visited by the very first Michigan Colored Infantry. To top off this dish, a reunion was held here for the 27th Michigan Infantry in 1902. Boy, if only the walls could talk, oh, what stories they would tell. So what did you think? Spicy enough? Good. I'll send compliments to the chef. In other news, on Tuesday, September 20th, one phrase shook Eastern Michigan's campus at around 9 a.m. Professor Julie Ann Slack saw a KKK-related phrase spray-painted on the west wall of King Hall. After being reported, the university had the wall cleaning in progress by 10:30 a.m. However, the Eastern Echo was able to capture the image before it was removed. But simply washing away the words was not enough. The incident sparked outrage amongst the African American community on Eastern's campus. Several protests broke out in the later afternoon hours. The student body was also addressed by our current Vice President of Student Affairs, Kiara Hensley, who allowed students and faculty's voices to voice any of their questions or concerns about the incident. This is an ongoing investigation and no suspects have been named at this time. Anyone with information is encouraged to contact authorities. All sources will remain anonymous. That's all for now. As soon as we know more, so will you. After a quick break, Anna Moga and Sarah Padaraki join us with the sprint edition of Eagle Sports Update. Don't go away.
In this day and age of compromised accounts and data breaches, having a strong password is not enough to keep you and your personal information safe. Someone who steals your password could gain access to all your data with nothing to stop them. The Eagle Security Package offers Duo, a tool that provides an additional layer of security to your online accounts through two-factor authentication. This means Duo not only uses something you know, your password, but also something you have access to, such as your mobile device. Duo's two-factor authentication gives you the power to keep your data safe, even if your password is lost. Once Duo is set up, you can access protected sites with your login credentials like you normally would. But it will now be preceded by a message sent to your mobile device prompting you to accept or deny the login. If it's you who logged in, hit the green button to accept it. But if it's not you, hit the red button to deny it. By doing so, this extra step will take a forefront stance at protecting your online accounts from being compromised or breached, and you'll know right away if an attempt was made. For more information about Duo, please visit tiny.emich.edu/Duo.
I'm addicted to Facebook. I'm always on it. I was checking on my feeds one day when I noticed an ad to test and keep an iPad. So I clicked the link. All I needed to get was my contact info. You know, home address, email address, cell phone number. Seems pretty easy to get a free iPad. A week goes by and I never get a new iPad. And I noticed I was getting hundreds of text ads on my phone. Because of all the extra text messages sent to my phone, my bill went up $10. Yeah. I wasn't getting a free iPad. They were just fishing for my phone number to sell to advertisers. I know there are legitimate ads on Facebook, but if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. My name is Nate, and I'm trying to be e-safe.
Well, hello there, and welcome to Eagle Sports Update Sprint Edition. I'm Sarah Padaraki. I'm excited to join the E-Weekly team, and I look forward to reporting on what our Eagle teams are achieving.
And I'm Anna Moga, another greenhorn here at the Sports Desk. It's great to be here in the studio, and it's going to be an amazing semester. And now, here's the latest in Eagle Sports news.
Eastern Michigan's football team hasn't won more than 2 games since 2011, but this season they're off to break that trend. With a win at Charlotte on Saturday, the Eastern Michigan Eagles improved their record to 2-1 on the young 2016 season. The Eagles' defense held the 49ers to a single field goal in the first half. By the end of the third quarter, they allowed only another single field goal, making the score 34-6. The Eagles continued to dominate into the fourth quarter and went on to win 37-19. The Eagles' defense was the highlight of the game as they created 21 points off of turnovers. They were led by sophomore Jalen Pickett, who intercepted 2 passes, one of which he brought back for a touchdown. Quarterback Todd Porter passed for 285 yards and had a 77.4 completion percentage at the highest in-point total for the Eagles since 2011. The Eagles are at home this Friday, September 23rd, against the 2-1 Wyoming Cowboys.
Over the weekend, the Eastern Michigan volleyball team participated in the Michigan Challenge. With a total of 3 matches, the Eagles suffered a 3-0 loss against Michigan, but scored a victorious 3-1 over Auburn on the home court at the Convocation Center on Saturday night. Sunday resulted in yet another 3-0 loss for the weekend, this time to the Colgate Raiders. The Eagles managed to keep the first set nice and tight up until the score of 12-12 when the Raiders pulled ahead and won 25-16. With the first set win, Colgate continued a hot game, literally keeping the lead and finishing the set with 25-14. Sick of being left behind, the Eagles changed the tune of the third set, tying the score at 20 points and again at 22, until the team fell short a mere 3 points, losing the match, finishing 3-0 overall. Next weekend, Eastern hits the road for a pair of Mid-Atlantic Conference matches in Toledo and Indiana.
Eastern's men's and women's cross-country teams are off to a fantastic start. The men's team took second place at the Spartan Invitational in East Lansing on Friday, finishing only 13 points behind first place Michigan State. 7 runners made their season debuts at the 8,000-meter race, 3 of which finished in the top 15. Junior Abel Flores finished 15th, Junior Lassine Bushiki finished 8th, and team captain Cleaner Anderson finished 4th. The women's team had a similarly phenomenal start, earning themselves an incredible first-place finish on Saturday in Nashville, Tennessee. The course was far tougher than usual due to muddy conditions, but the Eagles managed to secure 3 spots within the top 15. Jenna Wins finished 14th, Natalie Sismus got 9th, while Jordan McDermott raced to a 3rd-place finish. This is a great squad to watch. Keep flying, Eagles.
The Eastern Michigan University soccer team was back in action last weekend, battling Detroit Mercy, but left the pitch with a loss. Endgame score was 2-1 in favor of Detroit Mercy. The Eagles drew first blood in the first half as Eastern senior Madison Hirsch broke through the Detroit defense, fought off a charge from the UDM keeper, and scored her first season goal with a one-hop volley. It looked like a win was on the way for the Eagles, but the UDM Titans tied the score as the teams kept playing back and forth for the lead and pushed the game into overtime. Once in Detroit, scored the game-winning goal from midfield with a high-cross free kick, and that, as they said, is that. Next weekend, Eastern take on the Reading Mac Tournament champions, Western Michigan, in Kalamazoo.
That's it for Eagle Sports Update Sprint Edition. Coming up next, Dominique will be back to give you the 411 on what to do on campus this weekend. Eastern Encounters is next. Stay tuned.
We're back. It's Dominique Bird again here to present to you Eagle Encounters. Many of us are still acclimating to our new surroundings here at Eastern, and it's important for students to be informed about things to do right here or within walking distance of campus. Summer tans may have faded, but our school spirit is strong, so let's get started with our first Eagle Encounters of the semester. So, while swimsuit weather is pretty much behind us, we still want to keep the ripped bod, don't we? Jade has returned to the Rec I Am and will help keep you in shape. On Friday, she'll start you out with her hardcore workout at 11 a.m., and just when your abs and obliques are screaming, she takes it down a notch. At noon, Relaxation Yoga with Jade will help you balance out your busy week with an hour of yoga by candlelight. Both sessions are in room 213 of the Rec I Am, and they are both free. At 7 p.m., the women's volleyball team will be hosted by the Rockets at the University of Toledo. You can live stream the game on ESPN3, and then there's that other game going on over at Reinerser Stadium. Yep, the Eagles are back on their home turf and will battle Wyoming at 7:30 p.m. Gates open at 6, and admission is also absolutely free for students. If you're up for something a little softer, then head over to Pease Auditorium. Joel Schonels begins her 2-year project of featuring the works Johann Sebastian Bach and Johann Brahms on the piano. His performance is at 8 p.m. and is open and free to the public. As for Saturday, the Ypsilanti Farmers Market is still open. Depot Town is just a short walk east down Cross Street. Open from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. They have honey, fruit, baked goods, veggies, and I'm betting they have pumpkins already. Load up on something locally grown goodies. And on Saturday night, our women's volleyball game is back in action at Ball State in Indiana. Watch on ESPN3 at 8 p.m. They need our support, so be sure to check them out. There you have it. Get up and get out and get involved. I'm Dominique Bird with Eagle Encounters, and I'll see you next week.
And just like that, we've come to another end of a show. We're glad to have you back, and I look forward to seeing you next week.
That's right, we've got a few wacky ideas we've thrown at you this semester. Stick with us each week so you can see what we've come up with. But for now, that's the news.
And of course, if you want to see this show on demand, head on over to YouTube and search ETV at EMU. I'm Shannon Smith.
I'm David Pierce Anderson from all of us here at eWeekly. Have a great week.